This is the TIDRADIO 2-pack of Walkie Talkies. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user's manual. They give you a headset with it, complete with a little foam piece to put on the earpiece of it. So you get two of everything here is basically what I'm going to tell you. You get the walkie-talkie itself. Charger plugs in, gives you USB. Charging cable is USB to USB-C. Right there. Belt clip for each one. You get a wrist strap for each one, and you get a neck strap for each one. So you have everything that you're going to need possibly for this. Everything is all included. Now let me tell you a little bit about these walkie-talkies, what they're meant for, how they work, how far they're going to transmit, all that stuff, and of course the features of them. Let's go through that first. First off, these are in white. They're available in 7 different colors, so you can pick the one that you like. These operate on the FRS family radio system of transmitting. Meant for use in the United States. It may be in other countries as well, but I'm not aware of that. And FRS gives you 22 channels, so these have 22 channels to choose from. So that means that if there are a whole bunch of people, all with FRS radios, you may hear them transmitting on theirs. If you happen to be on the same channel that they're on, you just pick a different one. You got 22 of them. Chances are very good one of them is going to be clear. They also have a Vox function. That's generally for use with the headset, and basically what it does is it automatically keys up the mic, as I like to say. There's the button to transmit right there, as you would expect on a walkie-talkie. Like that, press and hold it, you talk, and let go when you're done. Simple like that. With the Vox function and the headset plugged in, when you set it to that, it's going to press the button for you. That is to say that if you have the headset on and you're not saying anything, it's not transmitting. But as soon as you start saying something, then it will transmit until you stop speaking, at which point it stops transmitting. These also have a built-in NOAA Weather Radio, so you can pick up the broadcast from that as well. There is a built-in flashlight right there. I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. They have a channel scan function where that's great if you go to some place where there might be a lot of people using FRS radios. That could be camping. It could be some sort of festival that maybe your town or a nearby town is holding, something like that, a fair, anything like that. There might be people using these instead of their phones. The phones kind of took over everything, but these radios still have a great place in today's society. It's a lot of times easier to use than a phone to try to find somebody if you happen to lose them at a fair or something like that. They have a Roger beep that can be turned on and 10 different call tones that can be selected from. And now I'm going to show you how everything goes together. So basically, first things first, you have to put the batteries in. The batteries are included. These are 2200 milliamp hour batteries. And the way that works is right here, there's a little clip. You push that in. It's a little tight. And there you go. Now it comes off. And the battery goes in like this. You see this terminal is sprung out. So that takes the flat side. The bumpy side goes here where it's a flat terminal. So it goes in just like that. And then you can put the cover back on just like that. If you want to put the belt clip on, that just hooks in and snaps in right there. So you can do that, put that on a shirt pocket or a belt clip or anything like that. And right over down here, if you can see, there's kind of a hole there, and you can attach the neck strap or wrist strap to it right there. So let me go ahead and get the extraneous stuff out of here that we're not going to need. We'll focus on just the radios. I'll get the battery in the other one, and we'll turn it on and see what it can do. Okay, I have the two radios out, and you'll notice that I also have the manual out. You're unfortunately going to have to crack that open and read through it to figure out how to set a lot of different functions. A lot of it is going to be able to be changed or played with or what have you just by pressing buttons on it. If you screw anything up, the manual does tell you how to factory reset it, so it can be exactly as it was right out of the box. There's not much you really need to know. It kind of is plug and play, so to speak. So we'll just start with this one here. Turn it on, hold the button there. Screen is backlit, as you see, and it turns on and it's ready to go. You would then press and hold the button there, and it would transmit as long as you hold it and that. Here's the flashlight on it. Press and release. Turns on and off. It's enough to just, you know, see what's nearby, so it's kind of a handy feature like that. The up and down buttons you would think would change the channel, but they actually don't. That is for the volume of it. We're going to set that volume way down. We'll try 2. These go really loud, and that is definitely a plus for that. So with that said, we'll get the other one turned on as well. I'll lower the volume down. You can see that it works. So let me change the volume up on this, so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. This is a test of the TIDRADIO Walkie Talkies. What we can do is do a scan. There's static on that channel for some reason. And it'll probably come back around to that. And I'll find static on that one. It's some interference or something that is on whatever particular channels in this area. So that's going to go around like that as it does. But for right now, what we'll do is I'll reset these back to the first channel. You can press the menu button. I'm going to go back to channel 1, press the menu button, and it's set. And then in here, it shows the cryptic stuff. C, you got to look at the book. Something else, off. L, you got to look at the book to see what these options are as such. So with that said, let me show you the weather radio. We'll press the weather button. It's crackly because I'm in a basement. It's not receiving the signal, just like a radio you might have in your basement, like a FM radio, is not that great reception in the basement like that. But otherwise, they're just basic walkie-talkies like that. Let's talk about the range you're going to get. FRS radio, which these adhere to, generally can transmit about 1/2 mile. Now, you can get more than that. If you're in a big open space, there's no reason why you couldn't push that to 3/4 or maybe even a full mile, depending. If it's a crowded area with a lot of buildings and walls and all kinds of other stuff like that, you're not going to get even a 1/2 mile. It all varies based on terrain. So there's no real good way, good place, anything like that, that I can give you a definite, it'll go this far, because it varies from situation to situation. But, the ability to just pick it up and without even opening the book, just transmit over the walkie-talkie It's that easy. You turn it on, press and hold the button, you're done. The other person can do that as well. Let me go and enable the Roger beeps on it so you can hear that in the call tones. Again, that's in the book. So to turn that on, you press menu, press again until you see C. So you have different call tones. That's kind of a nifty one. Press the push to talk button is like your enter key, and that does it right there. I'm sorry, my nomenclature is screwed up. What I showed you before were the call tones, and then we'll do the Roger beeps. I meant to say call tones. Basically with that, call means, hey, pick up, I got to talk to you, and they may not just hear voices coming over it. So if you hit call, it sends the call tone, excuse me. So like that. And this one I have not changed the tone on, so if I call from this one, we have a different tone there. So you can have different tones on them as such like that. For the Roger beep in that, you press menu and keep pressing until you get a P. And change it to on. Push to talk, and then it's turned on. This is a test with the Roger tones turned on. There you go. Now you got it like that. When doing that, it also will beep every time that you press a button on here. It's part and parcel of the Roger tones. But I do like that where it'll send the Roger tone after. Test once again, test once again. And you get that like that. Now, you might remember these things from back in the day. There used to be a company, at least here in the U.S., called Nextel, and they had cell phones that had built-in walkie-talkie functionality using the cellular airwaves that are out there. And the whole ploy with that was it's great for companies that dispatch trucks or something like that, and you could talk to one another, and it didn't impose on your minutes. Back in those days, we had minutes on cell phones, and if you had 300 minutes or something like that, you would use them up by actually making a call, but the walkie-talkie function of it was free, I guess because it was one-way radio. You might remember the sounds that those phones had back in the day. Over on the side here, this little panel opens up. You just got to kind of pick it out of there. It's a rubbery thing. There we go. So I was going from the wrong side. And you can see the two plugs that are there. That's for the headset that's included. It's a one plug jobby that goes into both of those jacks there for the earpiece and the microphone. And there is your USB-C charge port. So a simple set of well-appointed FRS walkie-talkie radios from TIDRADIO. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description to the manufacturer's website where you can find this item available for sale. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.